Hey, welcome to this video tutorial on how to use the Qualaroo's targeting section for website surveys. Real quick, if you're looking for targeting options for your mobile app survey, we've another explainer video in our Help Center. Alright, so you just created a survey, and now you want to decide when, where, and who gets to see it on your website. The targeting section lets you fine-tune your survey settings to reach the visitors who matter the most to you. For example, if you have an e-commerce business, you can use the targeting section to show a survey to visitors from a specific region and get their feedback. The targeting feature has 5 sections: where to target, who to target, when to target, how often to target, and lastly, how long to target. We will go over these one by one. If at any point the information in this tutorial feels like a lot, don't worry. We have survey experts who can guide you and set this up for you at no cost. Simply reach out to us and ask for customized onboarding. Alright, let's start with the Where section. In the Where section, you can choose which web pages you want your survey nudge to show up on. You have a few options to do that with the simple URL option. Don't worry about whether your site uses HTTP or HTTPS, or if it has www in front of the domain. You just need to enter the domain name without them. If you want to target your whole website, type in the domain, followed by a slash and asterisks. The asterisk means anything goes, so Qualaroo will show your survey on any page after that point. If you want to target only your homepage, leave out the slash and asterisks. If you want to target a specific subdomain, like your blog, add that before the domain name. Qualaroo will automatically target all subdomains unless you tell it otherwise. To target a specific subpage, just add the path name after the domain. You can add an asterisk if you want to target the whole subsection. Lastly, you can focus on just one specific page by entering the full URL. If you want more control over where your survey shows up, you can use the advanced option. One common use case is investigating high bounce rates. You probably know which pages on your site have the highest bounce rate, so it's easy to focus on just those pages with a regular expression. Notice that all the pages are wrapped with parentheses, but each page is separated with a pipe character. This tells Qualaroo to target page 1, page 2, or page 3. No other pages on the site will show the survey. Another example is when you want to exclude a whole section of your site from showing the survey. To do that, use what's called a negative look-ahead. Use the name of the subsection you want to exclude. In this example, we'll use Store as the name of the section we don't want to see the survey. Wrap that path with parentheses and put a question mark and an exclamation point before the path name. This tells Qualaroo to target everything on the site except for the part you've wrapped with the .star characters. These characters work like the asterisks within the simple URL area. Finally, you might want to target visitors who came to your site from a specific ad campaign. Marketers usually track these campaigns with UTM codes. These codes let you target visitors who have these codes in their URLs. Using this regular expression, you can only show the survey to the group with that UTM code in their URLs. This will tell you that the visitors came to your site from a specific Google Ads campaign. To learn more, check out our guide in our Help Center. The second part is Who. The first thing you can do here is to decide whether you want your nudge to appear as a pop-up or as a sidebar form. If you picked a sidebar form template when you first created the survey, this option will be enabled by default. But if you didn't, you can still switch it on right here. You can also choose the percentage of your web traffic that can see the survey. You don't usually want to show your survey to everyone who visits your site for different reasons. For one thing, you don't want to annoy people who come back often. So think about your survey goal and set the percentage of traffic accordingly. Qualaroo lets you target visitors based on their behavior, technology, and other advanced options. The behavior option includes different behavioral aspects of your site visitors. The Came From Anywhere on the Web option allows you to target all the website visitors, even those who came from backlinks and campaign links. The Came Directly to Your Site option tracks visitors who come to your site by typing in your URL manually or using a bookmark. You can also include or exclude visitors from specific referring domains using the Came to Your Site with or without a referring domain option. For example, if you want to include traffic from a specific website, select Is, and then type in the domain you want to track. The came to your site from a search engine helps you target traffic from all or a specific search engine. And if you only want to target customers who have interacted with your business before, you can do that with the Only Returning Visitors option. It's important to note that Qualaroo considers someone a returning visitor if they come back after 12 hours have passed. This is a great way to tell apart visitors who are just browsing versus those who are more interested in your product or brand. The Only Visitors Who Have Visited in Pages on Your Site option has the ability to delay a survey by a few pages. This is a great option to pair with questions about how easy it is to find information on your site. The Other Surveys option lets you retarget visitors who have already answered any of your surveys. To use this feature, click on the radio button and choose the option Has Acted Upon from the drop-down menu. Now, hover over the Type a Survey Name field and you'll see a list of surveys you've conducted on your site so far. The Technology section allows you to exclude site visitors from certain browsers. This is an excellent option if you notice irregularity with visitors on specific browsers. For example, if the conversion rate of Chrome browser visitors is half of what it is for other browsers, you can easily use Qualaroo to target that group to uncover the issue. The last option focuses on advanced scenarios. If you have an option on your site that allows visitors to log in, consider adding our Identity API. This API allows you to push details of your visitor's identity, whether you use email addresses or IDs to identify them so that you can target both logged in and logged out visitors. Here, you can further close in on your target audience. You can target visitors from specific places, like certain countries and states, by selecting the Visitors in Certain Geographic Locations option. But if you want to track a custom property, choose the When Past Custom Property is Matched option. You can set properties that are specific to your site and visitors, like subscription plan types or whether they clicked on a certain button. The When Specified Cookies Are Present on the User's Browser option helps you target returning visitors. This option uses the JavaScript API, so you have full control over which priorities you set within Qualaroo to target based on that information. And with the Only to Identities on a whitelist or blacklist option, you can choose or avoid specific site visitors for your surveys. Since this option works with the Identity API, you'll have to remember it only works for visitors who are logged in. To best use these options to target visitors, ask yourself, who is the best group to be responding to the question I'm asking? For example, if you want to target visitors who have seen more than 2 pages of your website and use the Chrome browser from the US, you can set those conditions here. Remember, the more focused your targeted audience, the better and more responses you'll get from your surveys. Next, let's look at the When section. This is where you can choose when a survey nudge appears on each page. For this, Qualaroo offers you multiple triggers. You can show your nudge immediately after the page loads, after a user has been viewing the page for a specified time, when the user is about to leave your website, or when a user scrolls halfway down the page. For example, if you want to understand why a visitor is leaving your website without completing any goal, use an exit intent survey to ask an open-ended question. The feedback from this survey will help you make them stay on your website. In the How Often section, you can set how often a survey pops up for each visitor. You can choose from different options. You can use the Only Show Once Per Visitor option if you're targeting a page that your visitors see after they've completed a conversion action, or if your survey is in a testing environment. The second option lets you keep showing the survey to visitors until they take it. The Continue Showing Even If a Visitor Has Responded option allows you to collect more feedback on the same survey. This is useful when you are A/B testing different things on your website and want to hear what people think about the changes. The last option gives you 2 choices: to show the survey every few days if a visitor has or has not responded to the survey. This option is popular for surveys like Net Promoter Score, Customer Satisfaction Score, Customer Effort Score, etc., which measure important customer metrics. For example, you can do either of the 2 things. You can either show your NPS survey only once per visitor and stop showing it after they have answered or skipped it. Or you can keep showing them the survey every few months, whether they have responded or not, to track your NPS over time. Finally, in the How Long section, you can decide how long the survey stays on your website. You have 3 ways to set the time for your surveys. You can turn your survey on or off manually, automate the process by picking a start and end date, or automatically deactivate when the survey gets a certain number of responses. For example, if you want to run your survey for a week or until you get 100 responses, whichever comes first, you can set those parameters here. Qualaroo also lets you get email notifications for every response you get. You can enter 1 or more email addresses that will get an email every time someone fills out your survey. This way, you can keep track of the feedback you are getting from your visitors. That's it for this video tutorial on how to use the Qualaroo targeting section. Thank you for watching. We hope this video has helped you learn how to customize your survey settings to get the most relevant and useful feedback from your audience. You can always check out our detailed help section to learn more about Qualaroo targeting features. We're here to help if you need us. We have live chat, phone help, and a huge knowledge base, so it's easy to get started.